I'll carry on from where I was reading last time, which is Malfuzat Volume 3. This is pages 88 and 89. And Hazrat Sahib says, in the Masnavi, there is written a fable that there was storage which had 1,000 tons of wheat in it. And then one day all that wheat was gone. The question is, what happened? Where did it go? In the same way, if you pray for 50 years and all those prayers didn't bring you any blessing, then what happened? Where did those prayers go? That blessing was eaten up by hypocrisy and showing off and deceit, etc. Even after 50 years, no sign of being a good person is found in these people. When a doctor treats a patient and he finds that one prescription is not proving useful, then after trying it for a few days, he changes that prescription. And then he diagnoses again. But the prescription given to these spiritually sick people is the one that was always effective. So the only conclusion we can come to is this, that they misused this prescription or did not use it in the right way. For we cannot say that there was some error in the pillars of Islam, such as namaz, praying, roza, fasting, hajj and zakat, and they weren't an effective prescription. For this prescription was used on those people who were thought to be beyond treatment, and it cured them. And the Quran has said, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum, religion has been perfected. And God finds this, the way Islam teaches, God finds that the most acceptable way of living. And then to leave the example of the path of the Holy Prophet Muhammad and to invent your own rituals, and instead of concentrating on understanding the Quran, inventing some wazaif, some incantations, and to recite verse, and rather than actually engaging in doing good deeds, sit there and listen to stories. Hazrat Sahib is referring to books like Qasasul Anbiya here, stories of the lives of the Prophet, that people used to sit and listen to rather than praying or doing something useful. But these are not for your soul. These are for your physical self. People can't seem to distinguish between what is beneficial for their soul and what their bodies enjoy. And they think they're one and the same thing, although the two are entirely different. If pleasures of the body and the pleasures of the soul were one and the same thing, then I ask you this, that a dancing girl sings, and the people who go and listen to it enjoy it. So does this pleasure of their physical self make them perfect people? It makes them people who attain to God? Certainly not. The people who invented new paths against the path of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, they have been deceived by the same problem, that they cannot distinguish between the joys and the pleasures of the body and the joys and the pleasures of the soul. If they had been able to do so, they would not have found joy in this nonsense. They do not have the contented spirit in them. They enjoy the poetry of Bulle Shah, but they do not realize what enjoyment there is in the verses of the Holy Quran. This was printed in Al-Hakam on 31st of July 1902. When I read some of Hazrat Sahab's writings, I'm amazed at how current their message is. It is for us not only to implement that message in our own lives, and rather than inventing new ways of trying to attain to God, follow our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.